Hi, so in today's video, I am going to be talking to you about energy healing. So, you may have heard this term before, you may have heard of different types of energy healing that are available. You may have even had energy healing treatments, or you may know nothing about it at all. But I trust that you even been guided towards listening to this video, that there will be something that we speak about in this video that will be really helpful and beneficial to you. So it was, I'd say, about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, into like my healing journey. I started being a lot more aware of energy, how it affected me, how other people's energy would affect me, the energy of places, people, the world, and just how really and truly sensitive I was. Now, I was lucky enough to be able to have, I'd say over the past year or so, like Reiki and energy healing treatments done by someone that is really close to me, and I was really lucky to be able to receive her healing. And I had multiple sessions, and I felt, although I was on my own healing journey anyway, and when I say healing journey, I don't believe anyone walking this earth doesn't require some kind of healing or hasn't had to heal from something or another. All of our life lessons and soul lessons are all different, but that's what makes us unique. So, a lot of things that I think I had to work on or have been working on was stuff from like childhood, different traumas that, we might have been through, whether they be emotional, mental, physical, and, situations over life or relationships. But also a lot of inner turmoil, troubles, battles, a lot of mental battles as well. I feel that I had a lot of healing to do from, and a lot of pain that I've been through before that I had to be healed from. So, there's obviously only so much it can do on my own, and I felt like, many of you will be aware, like when I had my Instagram page before, my blogs, I'd write, and that's just me expressing and sharing different parts, and it is a way of life for me, and it's just how I speak, how I feel, and I am very real in that respect. So when I had these treatments, because I kind of found like I was doing so much myself, whether it be researching, reading, addressing my feelings or emotions that had come up, changing some of my beliefs, habits, ways, lifestyle changes, removing myself from toxic people, toxic situations, and I was doing a lot of meditating, I was doing a lot of spiritual work, tapping into my gifts, being more aware of those, but I still felt like I had blocks or certain things I couldn't explain or seem to release or move on from. And obviously through the energy healing treatments, because energy is something not all of us can see, we might feel it, some more so than others, but in our energy field we may have blocks, and we may have cords, we may have attachments. There's so much that can go on in the energy field, and more than what meets the physical eye. So I found through having a lot of these Reiki and energy healing treatments, I just felt a sense of relaxation. I felt a sense of like, this is dedicated to me and my energy field. I genuinely felt lighter, like in my energy field, like my energy felt lighter. I felt more focused. It gave me like strength and motivation. And on a spiritual perspective, I was finding out, I was being given a lot of insights and guidance as well. So that was really helpful. But also like with my chakras and my body system as well, for those of you that are aware of the chakras, which are the energy fields within the body. There was a lot of work done on certain ones of those, especially like I have a lot of problems, like I would say my root chakra, my solar plexus, my heart chakra, but even like with the heart chakra, like it's not like obviously overnight, but over the space of multiple sessions, I did notice I started to be more loving, more open to the world, instead of always feeling like hurt, angry, shut off, and not wanting to let people in, which I'm still wary of. But it was like opening my heart up, and I want love in my life, so I have to do the work to be able to open my heart chakra and my heart to receive that. So there was so much in these energy healing treatments that were just so beneficial to me and have really helped me along my journey. So I am so grateful for those. Then naturally, I've always had like a healing aura and a healing energy. I've always, you know, others have always been drawn to me in that respect. I've always been that person that people will come to for advice and guidance. Whether they maybe then like the advice or guidance or not is a different thing, but I will always channel like with honesty. And I was really having my calling and discovering more about my life path, and that healing is my calling, to be a healer and to help and to teach others, and to guide others with that. So I naturally would find anyway, like over the years, when I did like my beauty treatments, or I worked within that industry more, you know, like people had come, or whether it be a facial you're doing for them, a massage for them, like they would feel a difference, whether it was something not related to a physical touch, but a different type of treatment they'd receive. They would always feel better for being in my presence or my energy, which was leading me down a path of like, okay, I know that is my calling, to help and to heal others. So I was then really blessed and lucky to have my Reiki level 1 and 2 to do that. But also I was listening to spirit and this inner voice and guidance that was guiding me to heal. And I would often go off, as mad as it sounds, but I just share from the heart and I'm real, like in my sleep, and I would be guided, and I would be in a lot of situations in different realms doing different work and different healing, you know, from things like spirit attachment, spirit release, like haunted homes, or like whether we're not nice energies, and like dealing with those, and not, I don't want to use the word battling, but like literally helping those spirits and doing a lot of work in different realms. And I believe that was like a lot of training I was going through, and to help me then in this realm to help other people with different issues through energy work, in different energy healings as well. Sometimes I have it where I randomly will channel healing in different languages or tongues, and I don't know them and I don't know where they come from, but they just come out of my mouth, and I'm channeling it, or I will be drawn to on a person, like maybe where they need more healing, or a certain issue or area in their life that needs some healing. So being a natural healer and natural intuitive, someone that naturally is gifted, although it's, you know, still a journey for me with like being more comfortable and more confident with these gifts, and channeling certain information and helping and guiding others. It's that combination of having that, and then with the Reiki healing energy, it's very powerful. So I'm just going to talk to you a little bit more and give a little bit more information on what that is, because I think coming forward in the time we're in now in Earth and the world, so many more people will be requiring healing. As I say, one of my quotes for life is, in healing ourselves we can help heal others, and in healing others we help heal the world. And there is no greater gift. We all sit here and we're like, yeah, we want a better world, we want this change, we want that change, how is all this happening, this is so wrong, we want freedom, we want justice, and all these, you know, we want a better world, we know what's going on is wrong. But I always say to people, yes, on a grand scale we know change needs to happen, we know we are in literally a spiritual war, a psychological war, but I feel a lot of people are, it's easier to help others, I know that, it's easier to channel our energy to different causes, but actually we need to channel our energy back to ourselves and look at ourselves and go really deep within, no matter how uncomfortable or painful it is, when we're ready to really address our inner battles, or our inner demons, or our troubles, or our traumas. What do we need to heal? Starting from our childhood, starting through our life, what are things we've been through that we haven't healed, or repeating cycles or patterns or behaviours that we need to address to become the best versions of ourselves? Because like we say, we want a better world, but what are we doing to be better people? And it starts with us. We lead by example through healing ourselves. Like I say, we can help to heal others, and in healing others helps heal the world. But, you know, if we look at it, we can't look to go out there and heal and save the world if we haven't done our own inner work and being the best versions of ourselves. So I do think this is where a lot of energy healing for people will come in, and I will talk more as well in a separate video about things that we can do on our healing journeys, and not just from a spirit perspective or a holistic perspective, but just like there are so many things you can do to begin to heal, because again, not everyone will be open to this particular way, but again, until they feel, then people's perspectives may change. But with Reiki, it is an energy healing technique in which the Reiki practitioner will guide and guides through and is a channel for that universal energy into the receiver. So in order to promote the natural flow of energy through the body and energy field, it is a gentle yet powerful energy force. So basically, the practitioner will place their hands on or above the receiver's body in a non-invasive manner throughout the treatment. When I do it, I will sometimes place my hands sometimes around their head, or certain pressure points along their face, or their scalp, or near their crown chakra, sometimes near the neck or the shoulders, and maybe sometimes the legs or the feet if I'm drawn, occasionally over the stomach, but it will always depend on the person and what they're also comfortable with, because they will still feel the healing energy without you touching them. So again, it is personal preference for the person. Now, with Reiki, it is a holistic modality and a Japanese stress reduction technique, and it does originally originate from Japan. And it works on the totality of our being, our physical body, mental body, emotional body, and our energy body and spiritual body. Now, no two treatments are alike, and everyone's experience is different. It does truly need to be experienced to be respected and believe its potential, and it's truly a gift for the soul. So like I say, with some treatments you go in or you have your nails done and you see that result, but this is something you will feel. And even if people aren't open to it, and those that don't believe, they will still be receiving healing, as their subconscious will accept what the body needs. Okay, now with all Reiki treatments, as I said before, I always do combine my own natural healing gifts and channeling healing energy, along with intuitive guidance where necessary. So again, that is it does come down to the individual, and what I feel comfortable to maybe bring up or guide or help them with. It's always done on a one-to-one. It's like a personal basis, and that is something I would say if you're ever looking or wanting to go for certain energy healing treatments, is see if you're drawn to that person and what energy you get from them. And remember, things should always be done for your highest good, and you should feel comfortable within that. So you feeling comfortable should always be the priority, and you should never feel uncomfortable in the person's energy. I think it's about knowing right from wrong as well. Like, if you're touched in a way that doesn't feel appropriate, or, anything like that, then you should know, especially I know, like, as a woman, I think unless I would prefer another woman to do healing for me. However, it depends if I knew the man or knew their energy, but I think it's just being mindful of what feels comfortable for you and what you're comfortable with. Or the same way, there's certain, I don't want to say rules, but it's just, I would say you treat others how you would want to be treated. So, and this goes for people that do energy healing or type of intuitive energy treatments as well, or readings, etc. It's like, I always say to people, like, if you go for a reading, it should empower you and lift you up. You should feel more guidance, motivation. You should feel better in yourself. You should never come away feeling worried or scared, or you should never be told anything that is, how can I put it, like, of a negative way. I mean, it's different if someone maybe addresses, have you had a stomach problem, or do you know someone with a stomach problem, or because they might be picking up on your energy. And like, for instance, someone said that to me before, and I'm like, yeah, I do have problems with my stomach sometimes due to like stress or emotions, or food intolerances and things like that. So there's a difference between picking up on something and guiding. Or they might say, I'm seeing your glasses or something, maybe you should have your optician appointment and check on your eyes, and stuff like that. There's a difference, isn't there, between helping or guidance, or offering something intuitive they're picking up on, as opposed to saying, don't think you're ever going to see in your left eye again. Like, do you know what I mean? And obviously that is just an example. I would never say that to anyone, but there are like ways you should say it. The same way as, you know, they pick up on something about a relationship, or it's how someone says things, isn't it? And how they offer guidance and support, and it should never be done in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable or upset. But I think that's where you should always trust yourself, your gut instinct, and what feels right for you and what doesn't. And again, we're all different, so different things said to different people are taken in different ways. So, but I always confirm to people and to myself and to my spirit team is that when, you know, you do any kind of energy work or anything in life, it's making sure you're doing it for your highest good, from the highest good, and for their highest good only. Because then, you know, whatever comes through, whether it be in a healing treatment, is always for their highest good, and that is what you want. Now, a lot of the benefits of any types of like Reiki or energy healing, I kind of put it into like 3 categories, but it comes under the mind, body, and soul. So many benefits with the mind is, like I said before, is discovering an inner peace that we might not have known even existed within us, because it's so easy for our minds to be busy and on the go all the time and overthinking. But to have that inner peace and inner connection, it can help clear a lot of negative emotions. Now, again, whether, you know, it's an energy thing, so you will feel that negative emotions are being cleared. You might not even be able to put your finger on it or explain why they feel reduced or that they've gone, but they can and they will. It helps with easing a lot of stress, easing anxiety and depression. Now, again, these things, I'm not going to claim, like with anything, I think that people put disclaimers, you know, no one's a doctor, and, you know, seek medical advice where necessary. No one's saying, you know, but I also do believe in miracles. I will say that I believe in miracles, and I believe anything is possible. So if someone really wants to heal, or release something, or things, anything is possible. So I do believe that there is a huge, significant positive impact on things like stress, anxiety, and depression, which is something so many of us suffer with. And especially, I think, in this modern world, as I say, the word depression is something that is depressed, or depressed within. It's this modern world, and not all of our souls are designed for that, and not all of us fit into that. And it's really hard, and sometimes we think it's us that can be the problem, or it's us, it's internal, there's something flawed with us. But actually, sometimes no, it's our soul and our spirit's way of guiding us and telling us what's right and what's not, in our lives and in the world. So it's a difficult one, but I truly believe it helps so much with that. It helps with releasing addictions, habits that might not be for your highest good. It's a place where you can relax and experience stillness. Because let's face it, how many of us can genuinely sit there, lie there, and just be at one with ourselves without, you know, all these other things coming in and taking over in the busyness of everyday life. It also helps with releasing a lot of emotional pain. And I find that's a really important one, because we carry so much emotional pains in our bodies and energy fields. So a treatment that can help release that is so worthwhile. And it helps with reinstating your self-worth and self-respect. In the body, it can help with soothing physical pain, easing muscle tension, clearing toxins, sleeping better, relieving fears and nightmares. So especially if you're someone that struggles with sleep-related problems, because I often find, again, they tie into a lot of other stuff that will be majorly helpful to you. And I will do another video, I think, at some point, where I talk about my own personal battles with that over the years and how I've kind of overcome that and addressed that. It really helps with your boosting your immune system and improves like joint mobility. So for people that are prone, I don't want to say prone, but have a lot of physical ailments in the body as well, this can be really helpful with that. And as I always say, when something is physically in our body, you know, whether it's a back pain we always have, or a certain breakout on our skin, or a digestion issue, they will always be related to something else within our energy field. So let's just take lower back pain. It is that feeling of being unrooted and ungrounded and unsafe in the world we're in, and the burden of the world on us, the safety of ourselves, or providing for ourselves or our families. It is always connected to our chakras and our energy systems. Now, with the soul, it will help with connecting to your intuition, chakra balancing and clearing, hearing your soul's calling, experiencing oneness, discovering your faith, live with intention and mindfulness, know your true nature, helping you discover your life path or your life purpose, heals past traumas, helps in discovering your spiritual path. So some of this will be, of course, in this life, but also it can help with previous lives or things that we may have carried over from other lifetimes. So even for a lot of people that are wanting to be able to connect more or to understand their life purpose or their path, energy healing is so amazing for that. Now, treatment times are usually, you might be anywhere from maybe half an hour to an hour, but it is a really versatile energy healing is. So it can be sent distantly as well. So even if you're not, you might find an energy healer and you're not in close proximity to them, it can be sent distantly. Or again, like people that might be ill in hospital or that you can't physically reach to go and see, energy healing can be sent, and it can be received in person. It can also be sent and used on animals or to places as well. So I hope that gives you a little bit of an insight into energy healing. If anyone wants to share any of their experiences or has any questions, I am more than happy to answer those. So you can leave comments, or you can personally message me. And I hope that helps. And I look forward to sharing some more content with you guys soon. So thank you for listening.